Indian history is divided into three parts. They are Ancient Indian history, Medieval Indian history, and Modern Indian history. Last year we have learnt the Ancient Indian history. This year we are going to study Medieval Indian history. The period from 9th century CE, that is Common Era, till the end of 18th century CE is considered as medieval period in history. Definition of history. History gives us chronological, scientific, and systematic accounts of past events. It means people know what happened in the past through the sources of history. The study, research on the sources that provides us with the information of the past events in the proper order and properly arranged. Individual, society, place, and time are the factors in the study of history because it helps us to understand individual and society and gives us data on how people and societies lived and behaved at a particular time in the particular place in the past, which is possible through the study of various sources of history. History should be based on authentic evidence and proofs, which are known as sources of history. Sources of history are classified as material source, written source, and oral source. Let us study material source in detail. Material source includes items with physical substance. Material sources come under the category of the architectural source and artifacts. These sources can be seen and touched, means they are tangible. For example, memorials, buildings, cave sculptures, inscriptions, coins, copper plates, and forts. Types of forts. Hill forts. Hill forts is a type of artificial changes made or modification of an area for land used as defensive shelter against attack or danger. It is a protective place situated on a height of a hill for safety purpose. Hill fort also helps us to keep an eye on the enemies about the movements when they are coming to attack. For example, the Pratapgarh in Maharashtra represents the hill fort. Forest forts. It is known as Vandurga. It is a tract of land surrounded by forest and trees. Forest forts were built or created in a dense jungle. Forest protected by heavy tree cover and hence were invisible from long distance and was very difficult to get into those forests which had reptiles and wild animals. For example, the Javali fort in Maharashtra is a good example of forest fort. Sea forts. A sea fort completely is surrounded by water by virtue of being off a coast, with the goodness or positive point to be near the coast. It may be a reinforced island, that is, it provides defense against attack. For example, the Janjira fort in coastal village of Murud in Maharashtra is the best specimen of sea fort. Forts on the plain. Forts on the plain are called boikot. Boi means land in Marathi and kot means killa. Boikot means fort on a large area of flat surface, land with few areas and not on any mountain. For example, the Golconda in Hyderabad was the market city for diamond rings and gems. Forts are strongholds built by kings and nobles for protection of the respective region. Whenever a region is expected to come under attack, all the people take refuge shelter inside the fort along with the useful things. Memorials and monuments. Memorials and monuments include samadhis. Samadhi is a structure erected in the memory of a dead person over their burial place. It is usually made up of stone. It is built in a large place. It varies in size. Graves. Grave is a place where dead body is buried. Graves are usually situated in specific and special areas for burial purposes, such as graveyard. Veergalas. Veergalas are the martyr stones erected in the memory of slain and unsung soldiers. It means a stone which was placed in the memory of the martyrs, the people who were ill treated and killed for refusing to support and surrender to the enemy. These were either built up by family members or local villagers in the memory of the soldiers. Buildings include palaces, ministerial mansion, queen's mansion, and common people's house. Memorials and monuments are a structure or an object created in remembrance of a person or an important event. Memorials and monuments are resource of history. It gives us a sense of wonder and makes us curious to know more about the past. The study of memorials and monuments helps us to construct history through observations. Types of coins. Coins were made by different rulers using metals like gold, silver, and copper. From coins we learn about the rulers, their period of governance, that is, administrative, religious ideas, and personal details. We also learn about financial transactions and economic conditions. The process of metallurgy means technique of heating metals so as to give designs shape. We can also understand the script language of that period. Coins are considered as basic and primary source of information. Coins of the Peshwa period. These are called Peshwa coins. All Peshwa coins were round shape and minted used silver. The Peshwas used Arabic or Persian language on their coins. Coins of Hyder Ali period. First gold coin shows Shiv Parvati, Shiv holding trident, that is Trishul, sun and moon above, and on the reverse of coin shows the Persian letter He for Hyder Ali, emperor of that period. Inscriptions. The inscriptions found were in the Brihadishvara temple, Chalukya, Rashtragut, Chola, and Yadav. An inscription is an important material source. It is a carving or a writing on a stone or wall. These are valuable evidence. The study of an inscription is called epigraphy, and the study of writing on inscription is called paleography. Inscriptions are seen on rocks, pillars, stone slabs, walls, and body of temples. Written source. Let us learn more in detail about written source. We learn the significant historical events in the medieval period from the sources like the writing skills of the scripts, like the Devanagari script, the Arabic script, Persian script, and Modi script, and also from the varieties of different languages. The Burja Patras. We have seen the usage of palm leaf as material for writing. The second important material is Burjapatra or bridge bark in English. The tree is very commonly grown in Himalayan slopes. Religious manuscripts. The appearance of all religious texts occur through a human agent. In most religions, the important information was transmitted orally before it was written. The earliest writing samples of religious text date to between 3400 to 3500 BC. They were discovered from locations of ancient civilizations in Egypt and Indus Valley, that is, covering the areas of India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Treaty. A treaty is a binding formal agreement or other written instrument that establishes obligations between two or more subjects of international law. A treaty often takes the form of a contract, but it may be a joint declaration or an exchange of notes. Edicts. The Edicts of Ashoka are a collection of more than 30 inscriptions on the pillar as well as cave walls attributed to Emperor Ashoka. The edicts describe in detail Ashoka's view about Dhamma, an earnest attempt to solve some of the problems that a complex society faced. Degree. A degree is a rule of law issued by the head of the state. According to the certain procedures, it has the force of law. Biographies. A biography is a detailed description of a person's life. It involves more than just the basic facts like education, work, relationships, deaths. It portrays a person's experience of these life events. A biography represents a subject's life story, highlighting various aspects of his or her life, all the details of experience. Paintings. The history of painting reaches back in time to artifacts from prehistoric humans. Prehistoric cultures beginning somewhere in very late geological history and generally continuing until that culture either develops writing or the other methods of record keeping that makes some method of major historical events. Written sources that are used in the modern world. Examples are journals, letters, diaries, original documents, emails, newspaper, magazines, research data, scrapbooks, maps. Travelers. Travelers like Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta, Nicolau Manucci travelled from the other countries to India during the medieval period. Babur's biography, Sri Shiv Bharat, or the Sanskrit biography of Shivaji Maharaj, composed by the poet Paramanand, as well as various other biographies of different rulers and their correspondents, help us to understand the policies and administrative systems of the rulers and their diplomatic relations with others. Tariq. Tawarik or Tariq means the sequence of events. Tawarik written by Al-Biruni, Ziauddin Barani, Maulana Ahmad, Yahya Barani Ahmad, Mirza Haider, Bhimsen Saxena are all available. Let us learn more about Al-Biruni. Al-Biruni wrote an encyclopedia work on India called Tarikh al-Hind, History of India, in which he explored nearly every aspect of Indian life, including religion, history, geography, geology, science, and mathematics. Further, Al-Biruni explores religion in India within a rich cultural context with objectivity and simple eloquence. Bakhar, a record or narrative description of past events. It is a form of historical narrative writing in Marathi prose. It is one of the earliest genres of medieval Marathi literature. It is originated in Maharashtra. It helps to understand aspects like linguistic transactions, cultural life, and social conditions. Many of the chronicles in Marathi were written many years after the events had occurred. Let us study detailed information on oral sources. Folk songs. Folk songs includes traditional folk music that evolved from it during 20th century. Some types of folk music may be called world music. Traditional folk music has been defined as music transmitted orally, music with unknown composers, or music performed by custom over a long period of time. Gatha. Gatha is a Sanskrit term for song or verse, especially referring to an poetic meter which is used in legends. It is not a part of the Vedas but peculiar to either epic Sanskrit or to Prakrit. Shlokas. Shlokas is a poetic form used in Sanskrit, the classical language of India. The shloka is the verse form generally used in Bhagavad Gita, the Mahabharata, and Ramayana. Abhangas. Abhangas is a form of devotional poetry sung in praise of the Hindu god Vittal. Abhangas is considered a form of the Ovi. Abhangas are sung during pilgrimage to the temples of Pandharpur by the devotees. Povadas. The povadas are a kind of ballad written in an exciting style and narrate historical events in an inspiring way. Povada narrate great deeds of heroic men and women in very forceful and inspiring style. Proverb. Proverb is a simple, concrete, traditional saying that expresses a truth based on common sense or experience. Proverbs exist in more than one language. Legends. A traditional story, sometimes popularly regarded as historical but not authenticated. A legend consists of narrative featuring human actions or believed both by teller and listeners to have taken place within human history. For example, the legend of King Arthur. Myths. Myths is consisting of narratives or stories that play a fundamental role in a society, such as foundational tales or original myths. The main characters in myths are usually gods and demigods or supernatural humans. Oral source in the modern world. Audio tapes, speeches, interviews, sound recordings, etc. Evaluating the source of history. Precautions to be taken before using sources of history. To examine the authenticity that are genuine and fake. The quality can be determined with the help of internal standards. To study the integrity of the writers, their personal interest, period in which they live, and the political pressures. The information has to be verified with the help of contemporary sources. The sources have to be subjected to a critical analysis. The author's impartiality and neutrality are very important in writing history. Homework. Children, write the answers to these questions in your history class workbook. Kindly make 100 pages notebook and complete the homework. Question number 1. Explain the material sources and give example. Question number 2. Write about Tariq. Question number 3. Give examples of written sources used in ancient history. Thank you.